Guys, so we're back here with the pups. Look at these little rascals. God, they ugly.
Ugly about?
That one look crazy though. That right there look crazy. Look at that joker. Woo-hoo. What's up? What's up? So look, Gina and Chris, guys, these pups have been out here since what?
How old you mean?
Yeah, how would you put them outside?
6 weeks, about 6 weeks.
These ones been out here since 6 weeks.
So tell them a little bit about why y'all put pups at 6 weeks outdoors, because I know that's the thing. And people couldn't believe, like...
When they got a heated
They
dog
start
out.
stinking in the house, that's why.
But some people be concerned about health and...
Feel how warm he is.
Oh, I know he's hotter than some pumpkin. That's
They're all girls.
Oh, these all girls?
Yeah, 6 girls.
Oh, man, 6 baby girls.
Come on.
So no concerns?
I mean, there is a
It's a heated
concern.
doghouse if I wanted to turn the heat on.
There is a little bit of a concern. I mean, we just, put them out here, see if they're cold, see if they're shivering. If they're walking around and they're cool, then yeah. There was a couple of nights we would bring them in a crate and make sure they were warm at night.
So does this do anything for the dogs when they're outside this early?
Well, they were going crazy, going stir crazy in the house, just ready to do something. And,
Yeah.
it gets boring. The kids go in there, the cats go in there, but it gets boring and they stink up the house and they start destroying
That's what
things.
we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Because they get
That's
bored.
what we're doing. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So then I wouldn't say encourage, because somebody said, hey, I had a case of parvo. I see you outside with your pups. And I said, I'm willing to take the risk, and it's no risk because I do an extensive cleaning process. But I said at the end of the day, the dogs need to be outdoors. They do, in my opinion,
Yeah, for sure.
at some point in time. So how do you pick a pup? What are the things you're looking for? Why are these pups special?
These puppies are amazing. The mom is one of a kind. I mean, there's no other dog like her out there. She just has a huge head. She's short. She's got muscle. She's got a huge shoulder set. Her frame is beautiful. And Chris wanted to breed her to his friend Chris' dog, Steph Curry. So this was the first time that Chris Trailer ever let anybody breed the dog ever, was with Chris Moore.
Is Chris Trailer a top breeder or something?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know him, so.
Bully Tech.
Yeah, Bully Tech. So these are probably puppies. There will never be more puppies like this unless we make them.
Yeah.
Well, the reason we did it was I did their grandfathers on both of the puppies, the dad's mom and the mom's dad. They're related, and a line bred, and that was after just that head.
And how important are the grandparents in this case?
And there's something called the grandsire effect or the grandparent effect, and this is what I'm hoping for. You can kind of see it in this puppy. Look how big its head is. I mean, that head's abnormally large, man, for a 6-week-old puppy girl.
Female.
Yeah. So that was what my plan was. That was why we did it. So, every time you breed a dog, you should have a plan, not just, oh, I have this boy and I have this girl. That makes sense. No, you have to make sure it makes sense.
So then talk to them a little bit about working with others. So I don't work well with others, and I don't know that it always works in working with others. So when you guys do out crosses or line crosses or connect with people, what are some things people should be mindful of? Because people do get played like some soybean chocolate milk in this dog space with pups and so many other things, right?
Like you were talking about earlier, people really sell themselves and really don't know what they're talking about. So you have to make sure to find somebody that knows what they're doing, so that they don't. I mean, they might believe what they tell you, but they're not telling the correct stuff. So
It's two things for me: ego and greed.
Yeah.
When either one of those things, for an example, Chris Trailer, he's a good friend of mine. We did some transactions in the past, and he just owed me. And he really likes this mom. He hasn't one to this day asked me for a puppy. I paid way far in advance.
Yeah.
Because of what I've done for him in the past. And so I can commend him. I respect somebody who's a man of the word. Like he has never once said anything but positive things about these puppies. Like, yo, they are amazing, bro. But he's never came out of his mouth and said, what was mine?
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because people be like, oh, I'm gonna hold the papers. I ain't gonna do this. You ain't getting
I
nothing.
already have all the paperwork and everything.
yeah, you want to align yourself with people that have the same values as you.
So what
Not
would
just
you,
in dogs, but
so
life.
is there like a question you could ask somebody in this
It's
case?
getting to know them. Just working with them for years.
It literally is case by case in a
like
sense.
like anybody. Like
I
doing
mean,
a
I've been
business
to
deal with
Chris's
anybody.
house a few times. I've slept on his couch a few times transporting dogs. So, I mean, he's a good dude. Sam, his wife, she's a really good person.
And so these dogs, though, what do you hope that they're going to do for your program moving forward?
I know. Oh, I made him, so I guess that was me. Because she said she makes them, so I'll let her answer a little bit.
You're so dumb.
So for me, I wanted to push my shoulders forward. I wanted to stand my upper arms up, and I wanted that head. And I think I got it. Now, I might not have the most flawless rear ends on every single puppy, but I'll fix that next step. You know, knowing consistently what I've made head-wise, I'm cool with the head, so I can go and fix the rear, and I understand that my heads are going to be there still. So I think breeding dogs it's an art.
Yeah.
It's an art, and it's a science. Knowing what's behind the dog, that's being able to pull that out of the dog as well.
And behind meaning what's in the pedigree, so you
Yeah.
can bring the stuff to the forefront.
Yeah. But also remember, if it doesn't have the look, it might not produce it either. You know, a lot of people be like, "Oh man," they think they're gonna be the next Michael Jordan. Well, Michael Jordan has a son,
You got two sons.
and he's got a brother.
Yeah.
We don't know nothing about them. They ain't Michael Jordan.
We know they're not Michael Jordan. That's what we do know.
Yeah.
Beyond a reasonable doubt.
So just because you bought a
We know that his son just was fooling around with Scottie Pippen's wife, is what I think they said.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, I heard that.
So you like, we know something. We know that drama. We don't know about the basketball, though.
Yeah. So the thing is with dogs is make sure you breed the dog in front of you too, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they buy dogs based off of who its parents are.
Godly. So what do you do with that question? Because I just got that. Hey, who the parents? You like, my man, you ain't never gonna meet him. Chill out.
It's not. I mean, it's not even that. Like, is the dog what you looking for? Like, for an example, I mean, look at this chick's head, man. I don't know if you guys can see how overdone this chick's head is. I mean, just look how wide it is. Look how wide it is.
That look good on camera, don't it?
Yeah, the muscle.
That thing look good on camera.
So, I mean, if the dog don't have a head, you might never get a head. She got a head. Her parents got heads.
Yeah.
So, more than likely, she'll throw a head.
Here you go.
But if you got a peanut,
I think a lot of people will buy dogs based off the dad and the hype of the dad or the grandpa, and that will never turn into the dad or the grandpa. Or the breeder would have kept the dog.
I would say this too, and I think I'm gonna sit down and again, when we write this up, I want Chris to really break it down, because I think the challenge is at times is people get fascinated with the dad or this grandpa, but I said all the breeding y'all do outside of y'all's program, that grandpa ain't never produced a better dog. For the
Right.
purposes that y'all wasn't focused on breeding better dogs, y'all was just, I got such and such in my pedigree. Man, that don't mean nothing.
Right.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
And they had 100 puppies. You don't know none of their sons.
That's a problem.
But you think
That's
you
a
bought
problem.
the son. That's the
That's
one.
a problem.
Well, you can also double down and make something by going back into the pedigree. I get that. But these are the things that you have to learn over time, too. You can't learn them on your first rodeo. You know what I mean?
Well, and then that goes back to making sure they learn as much as they can before they get started even.
Yeah, I was
Because
taught.
starting strong is how you finish strong. And if you just start, you going, boy.
Well, I was taught that you can't fix what you can't build.
Ah, there you go. See, it's like you can't get back what somebody took from you unless you go take it back.
So, the thing is, hey, Chris, let's go take this engine apart. My man, you on your own, because I don't know shit about engines. So I don't know, hey, what's this? I don't got a clue. It's
Yeah.
a piston. All right, well, I don't even know what a piston does. I mean, I'm not that slow, but
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
you see what I'm saying? So when
yeah.
you say to somebody, hey, your front's off, huh? You know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to identify the traits of the upper arm, lower arm, the hock, turn a stifle, croup set. You know what I mean? The setting of the shoulders gives you more neck. Like, those are the things that you have to learn, because without knowing that, you can't make better.
Yeah.
Or you don't recognize it. You don't see it. You don't know it.
Yeah, but that's at the same time, it goes back to people. You got to learn to breed better dogs, and you not breed better dogs without learning about the dogs. You just hear him break down a dog. Fred and I did a live, and some of the same things you just did. He said, guys, go and learn about the anatomy of a dog.
Yeah.
It'll help set your program up for success.
I don't think anybody wants to take that time though. They just want the
But this is the other thing too, because when even somebody hits us up about our puppy box we got, right? Hey man, I'm gonna Venmo you right now. I'm like, my man, I'm running a business. Do you understand a business? A business is designed to be successful, not based on what I can give away or like, oh, let me sell a few here. This ain't a trunk business. This is me solving distribution, manufacturing without ever having to see the product. If you get some from Alibaba or something, you might have to buy 10,000 and show up at your crib. Now you can't sell one of them jokers and you got 10,000 units at your house because you didn't know what you were doing.
Right.
And so in this case, you bought a dog, you had to wait at least a year or two, and then it all fell apart because you didn't get what you wanted and nobody's buying your dogs. Somebody just messaged me last night. Hey, how do I build a brand and how do I market my dogs? My man, what you asking me for? Code, could you please post my dogs and help? No, I sure am not. This is not a puppy pushing page. We are here for education and education only. That being said, guys, thank you for definitely some insight on choosing dogs, breeding dogs, mating dogs, putting some dogs together. How do you feel about these colors? I know colors are a thing too.
I don't care about them. I'm picking the best puppies.
Their mom's blue and the dad's chocolate, so they carry blue and chocolate.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she is chocolate.
Two of them are chocolate, the rest of them are just, standard colors, so it doesn't matter. Just
But they
keep the
carry
best dogs.
blue and they carry chocolate, so I can get it back out.
There you go.
I
Colors
mean-
probably, would you say, one of the easier things to add?
Color?
Yeah.
No, because the color dogs are raggedy. So
I would
that's
say-
why we don't, that's why they're not colored up, because they're nice. So it takes a minute.
It takes some time. I mean, the gene pool for quality, really nice, the style that I'm looking for, as far as blue and lilacs and chocolates, there's not a lot. There's a lot of blue dogs that are heavier on the English side, but there's not a lot of blue dogs that are heavier on the American side. And that's where this is what she was implying.
Okay. And we're going to break down in some video, people, the difference between an American, a bulldog, an English bulldog, and all these bulldogs. There's a lot of
Or how
bulldogs.
about oldies with
yeah,
different types? And we have all the types here.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing too. Understanding types. I think we're gonna put that on some paper though, because that shit can get confusing. Stay tuned as always, people. Take care of your dogs.